We live. Everything is all go. Systems is go. If you're having technical difficulties because people want you to do shit when it's time for you to do what you got to do. I'm about to start curving all that though. Yeah, kid. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on. Let some more people come in. That's how they do it. Let more people come in. Nah, we ain't laughing nobody to come in. I got time today. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. On a Friday. Let's go. Let's go. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovus TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and usher to the left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. Yeah, kid. And we is in the end game. And we in the end game because it's Friday, blessed day, best day, feeling good, energy is up. Yeah, kid, that feeling. And you should feel blessed and favored too. And some hip hop news. We're going to rapid fire. I got a lot of topics and I got time today, but we still going to try to keep it pushing along. Y'all know sometimes I could be a little long-winded. First in hip hop news, unfortunately, Eminem mom's passed. You know what I'm saying? Miss Debbie Nelson, rest in peace, and condolences to the Marshalls family, right? And it's always tough when you gotta, lose your parent. You know what I mean? Your parents for some of us. And what I find interesting is I love you, mommy. If your mom's is alive, your father's alive. Tell them that you love them. Let them know why they still alive and they still can hear. But what I notice is for the people who parents is not alive, especially their moms in the black community, is always the moms. It's never really the pops. And that's a whole nother subject. We ain't gonna unravel that right now. But let's just stick with the moms. And mommy, again, I love you, right? It be the people who lost their moms that really show you the appreciation, the affection, the gratitude that you should have while they still alive. You know what I'm saying? Talk to anybody that don't got their moms. You know what I mean? And again, I put moms and pops as the same, but I know a lot of times where we come from, but you're black. Scarface Gamble, what's the word? A lot of times it just really is the moms. That's why you hear a lot of these athletes and people, when they get up there, I want to thank my moms. Pops nowhere to be found. Pops had nothing to do with it. Even LeVar Ball, right? Like the Mello brothers and how they, give him the cold shoulder, seems like right now. Again, that's another story. Talking about Eminem losing his moms and my observation of people who have lost their moms. You know what I'm saying? They always talk about them in a reverence. They hold them in high regard, even if they was Not the best of parents, not the best of moms. You know what I'm saying? They still hold them dear to heart. They post them up, etc., and things like that, as you should. And then it's the argument of, well, what is your mom's was a prostitute. Let's go to the extreme. She was a drug user. She lets you get touched and all this type of stuff. Should you still honor thy father, honor thy mother, right? And as I often say on the channel when speaking about this particular topic, parents, if they good, if they bad, I leave it up to the individuals. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Blue or guava, what's the word? I leave it up to the individual for you to decide and determine, because ultimately, like wait till you get your money right, and this is your life. You can live yours, I'm gonna live mine. And we all, have choices and bridges to cross or bridges to burn. I leave it up to the individual to say, my dad was a crackhead. He left my mom's. He used to beat the shit out of us. He was nowhere around. He stole the TV. So, even though I forgive him and he dead, fuck that nigga. Or your mom's, fuck your man. Or like the worst case scenario, she took my food stand. She put the cable in my name. Some of our parents give it up on some real ghetto, fantastic shit, right? I leave it up to y'all to say whether they deserve grace, whether you should hold them in high regards. For me, personally, like when you up north and you in the drug program, they tell you to keep it on the eye. So on the eye for me, right? Regardless of what my parents may have done to me, and I don't even know my pops, but regardless of what went on, with him and my moms, or even just my moms, it ain't really nothing that they could do that at my age now, as an adult man who helped raise kids, etc., like that would make me not respect them, reverence them, or talk bad about them, like, when there's no need to. If they wasn't the best of persons and they passed them, nobody got to really know. Obviously, if it's family and you're talking amongst your aunts, your cousins, people going to know, certain things about your parents, especially if it's a brother, it's a sister. They're like, yeah, my brother, your mom's, or your father, my brother, that nigga wasn't shit. They're going to know. Certain things. So you can't hide that part. But as far as just out, talking crazy or, not showing grace, I won't do that, regardless of the job I think my mom's did or my father didn't do. I'm just not gonna, But you could do what you want to do. But again, rest in peace, Eminem moms, Miss Debbie Nelson. Condolences to their family. And if your moms or your pops are still alive, why they still alive, you should let them know you love them. You should let them know you forgive them, if you forgive them for past transgressions that they may have done to you. Let's get to some other shit though. Speaking of moms, speaking of, burying our parents and shit, and it should be that way. Let's just be clear, in my opinion, as the flow of life goes. I think it should be, the kids burying their parents, because that means you lived long enough to be able to take care of them in their older age, as they once took care of you and changed your dirty drawers and your diapers, wiped the snot out of your nose, told you how to pee right. Hold your dick and pee right, nigga. Don't be shooting up the toilet where I gotta sit my ass at. You know what I mean? It should be that way. But in this case, coming out of New Orleans, unfortunately, over the Thanksgiving weekend, we see your mom's got to prepare to bury her 3-year-old son. And this was a crazy story. I seen it on TikTok. I'm going to pull it up real quick. If you might heard it, you might not have heard it. And it's sad, because it's like, what, you tried to lie first, like, yo, he found the gun and he shot himself. Then come to find out you had the gun on the hip. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're a rapper, you think you're a policeman. The gun falls off your lap, allegedly, off your hip rather, and then it goes off. Well, if you're having Thanksgiving festivities with your family, okay, cool. You live in a dangerous neighborhood, okay, cool. Why is the gun out on safety? Why you got babies around, aunts, nieces, nephews, cousins in them around, and your gun not on safety? Horrible story coming out, but you going to jail now, and you deserve to go to jail for this type of fuckery, foolery, unawareness. You know what I mean? Like, just everything is just wrong about this. And this is what happened here.
Cyprus mother is grieving after a Thanksgiving trip to visit loved ones in New Orleans ended with her 3-year-old son dead. Rudy Ratliff was killed in what appears to have been an accidental shooting. His mother is sharing what happened with Amanda Henderson tonight. Amanda?
Well, that loved one they were visiting is now charged with negligent homicide in relation to Rudy's death, and his mother just tells me tonight she can't believe any of this happened.
Wow.
These pictures are all LaShawn Ratliff has left of her son, Rudy Ratliff.
My life changed like that. My whole life changed like that.
Through tears, LaShawn talks about losing her 3-year-old son this past weekend, the toddler dying from a gunshot wound while the Cyprus-based family was visiting a close family friend in New Orleans, Tatisha Refuge.
She's like a stepmom to me, and she's like a grandparent to my kids.
LaShawn, her boyfriend, and oldest son were playing a game of Uno in Refuge's home when they heard a pop.
I see Rudy, and then I see he has a hole right here, and I start seeing blood come out of the hole.
New Orleans police say the toddler found a gun in Refuge's home and accidentally shot himself. LaShawn disagrees.
My son didn't kill himself. My son didn't find a gun. He had no idea a gun was in the house.
She says Refuge had the gun on her.
She told my mother that the gun fell off her hip and shot my son.
Refuge turned herself into New Orleans police yesterday. She now faces a charge of negligent homicide. Officials say there will be additional charges.
My son is dead. He's not coming back. And somebody needs to be held accountable.
LaShawn says as they push for accountability, she hopes people will remember her son as the light he always was.
He was a beautiful soul. He was a beautiful, beautiful soul. He was such a happy baby.
LaShawn says that.
And just like that, things can turn for the worse. You go for, some fried turkey, some mac and cheese, some collard greens on the side. And oh, by the way, one of your relatives or a grandmother, in this case, as the young lady is saying, got a gun on the waist. For what purpose? I have no idea. Then try to spin the story. Tony, there was no other way. He found it, accidentally shot himself. And we've seen, I often speak about this other story with the two young kids. I think Karan and, I can't think of the young lady name, but I know the boy name was Karan or Koran or something like that. Obviously similar to the good book. And we all seen it, it was on live somehow in the bathroom at a relative's house, which is crazy. And she the girl who name I can't think of, she shoots her cousin Karan, right? Pops him accidentally, take his life. And then while she's sitting on the floor, I guess trying to tend to him or whatever, she picked the gun up again and then bam, it kills her. Take both of their lives, which is a tragic story. Obviously, it's one that I'll never forget. Seeing online out of all of the crazy things you see online, and it was live, by the way. Like we live, we rolling, we unscripted. To see two little precious baby, I think 11 and 12 or 9 and 12, something like that. Young. You know what I mean? Well, even younger than that, I believe. Maybe like 9 and 7, not 12, like 9 and 7, and they on live playing with the gun, emulating and imitating some shit they didn't seen somebody do one too many times. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. I think the other crazy shit that I seen on live, as far as somebody being killed, unfortunately, was in the car. The two dudes and the girl was in the car. I think the dude is in the back, the girl is in the passenger seat, or the driver's seat, and the dude is in the passenger seat, and she got the gun playing around, and he like, know what I mean? Like, fuck is you doing? Know what I mean? And then pop, kills him right on live. You going to jail now. And it's crazy. And this wasn't really a topic, but it just came to my mind. We unscripted, we authentic, that feeling over here. It's do I have the clip? I think I do got the clip. So let's jump into the rest in peace to the little boy. May the Most High have mercy. Condolences to their family, because that's wild, crazy. You go for Thanksgiving festivities, you go into the Christmas party, the Christmas gathering, because it's Christmas time, and your little boy died, your little daughter died, like your little cousin died, like your little brother. That shit is just crazy. We have to do much better. But speaking of that shit. Speak of this shit. Speaking about people doing dumb shit online, you know what I mean? think I did save the clip. Here you go, right here. In case you didn't see it, in case you was unaware, I thought this was definitely public knowledge. Like, anything you say can and will be used against you if you online doing some flower pot head shit. Like, know what I mean? Like, tell me how the fuck black niggas get caught with all that loot kid that's jet money, underground money, submarines and things. Too bad, you fucked up, dummies. Like, niggas get away, then you jump online and tell everybody you got away, and oh, you telling the police too. So that leads me to this right here. This wasn't a topic, but fuck.
What's the process to get records from Instagram?
Sure. So, in order to get the records from Instagram, there is a law enforcement portal for which law enforcement can request a preservation of an account. So that means that any data that is currently active or posted on that account will be preserved by the parent company Meta, and even if it is deleted off of the page of that user, if there is a preservation request in place, that data will be kept. It might not be present on the user's interface if it's deleted for others to see, but the company keeps it.
What's the process to get records from Instagram?
Sure. So,
So again, me personally, I thought that was public knowledge. Know what I mean? Hey, the babe, what's the word? Baby, what's the word? I always thought people that went online, again, you know what I mean? You got away with a crime. You was fortunate enough to get away. First, you broke the law, and you know what's next. You hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. When you get caught, people don't care. That's your loved one. Sometimes that's your wife. Sometimes that's your mom dukes. Sometimes that's your girl. Sometimes that's your brother. Sometimes that's your co-defendant that didn't get caught. You got caught. Your co-defendant got away. They don't care. Not coming to see you, not sending you no packages. They're not, you know what I mean, jumping on the jack for you. And that's besides the point. You do the crime, right? You take it all. You risk it all. Like, you know what I mean? Like some Carmelo Anthony, you about to risk it all, right? For these stripper bitches. That's you. You get away. You get away. Then you jump online, showing everybody you did the crime, you did the swipey swipe, showing them how you had the blicky, and you know what I mean? You did X, Y, Z, and I never understood that for the life of me. And obviously, although I'm not old, I am older now, you know what I mean? I am wiser now, more mature, you know what I mean? At least I think I am. Definitely not, you know, an adolescent or a young man full of just, you know, fire and vigor and doing the most and not really having much regard for other people. Definitely not that person no more. And I'm happy to say that, right? But I never really was with putting shit up on social media. A crime that I did, talking about some shit that's unsolved, like using names and using people, trying to incriminate. And I never understood why people did that. But then again, Rick James once said, cocaine's a hell of a drug. And we living in today in times where social media and the attention that you get from it, the quote unquote recognition or clout that you get from it is a hell of a drug. We seen old aunties, we call them aunties now, like, you bitches is grandmothers. You not no aunties. Some of y'all, it's not aunties. Your grandmothers. No, literally, like your grandmothers, right? Even though you got your body done and niggas still pop and beat and send you on your way, right? You grandmothers, you're not aunties. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Never understood why you would get online and, you know, show it all or confess it all and talk about stuff that's unsolved or put yourself in a funny style position where the feds or, you know, as they say, police and the IG unit or social media, you know, task force can sweep your posts, sweep the block, look on your shit and see you doing certain things. And again, I'm not from that era, but I'm also from the era where we out and about. You know, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just having a good old time Popovich, right? Shaking out 1, 2, and we shaking out. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. And I'm not doing nothing wrong, right? Y'all skin, what's the word? But my man is doing something wrong. See somebody I came out with, they doing something wrong. When I mean doing wrong, I mean they hollering at a joint, possibly, maybe, kind of, sort of, and you trying to get your 360 view of the club and the scene, and you see in the back like, oh shit, my nigga was hollering. I know his wife, I know his girl, I know his situation. I'm not gonna go ahead and then post that so you could get caught. Like some people have no regards, or if you miss it, have people hit like, yo, can you take that down? Or somebody like, yo, let me see that video last night, the footage, before you post it up, because I know I was in there going ham, egg, and cheese and hard as a motherfucker on them jump off and Skio, like Skio. You know what I mean? I was in the party. And you say, oh yeah, let me look. Oh yeah, got you right there doing X, Y, Z. Let me not put that up. There's plenty of videos I had to forfeit because niggas is in the background shaking out. Come on, baby, like, like I'm trying to get my video and party and dance on, and you in the back, I'm seeing you in the back doing some shit you don't supposed to be doing. I can't put that up. If I put it up, then it's not even dry snitching. It's like, nigga, you see me in the back, 1-2 in this bitch, or getting this bitch number and woo, 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 and you know my wife. Why are you doing that? I mean, like, damn, Dougie, are you going to just rat me out like that? And so I'm conscious of that. So more or less, a crime or post up some criminal shit, knowing that they keeping the files. Now, I mean, with AI and all this technology, your phone could be laying down. You could be talking about some Ben & Jerry ice cream. Soon as when you open up Facebook, the first ads you see is some Ben & Jerry ice creams. Chunky Monkey to be exact. One of my favorites. Come on. Cherry Garcia, like, you know what I mean? Like, soon as when you open up Instagram, all of a sudden you see motherfucking ice cream ads, or you was just talking about buying a goose down for the winter or whatever it is. As soon as when you pop up, you see that shit like, damn, these niggas is listening to me. Somebody around here listening to what the fuck I'm saying. Be mindful, folks. Don't be no flower pothead. Don't be no goofball bird nigga, bird bitch. You showing how you making the credit cards and the swipey swipe. Bro, sis, that's not a flex. You're going to jail minus the uppercut from the bus driver. You going to jail now. You going to jail. And you signing up for that yakisobe and that chili con carne. You sitting there wondering like, damn, nigga snitched on me. No, you snitched on yourself. And there be a few people like that, like, yo, niggas knew my moves. I was jumped on that I-95. I jumped on that 87. I jumped on that whatever it was. You know what I mean? And you like, damn, no, bro. You was telling everybody your business. You was talking to the wrong people that you know run their mouth. They can't hold no water at all. They can't hold nothing. As soon as when you told them, you told on yourself. You acting like you was oblivious and you was unaware of who you was sharing your information with. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand and vice versa, what you're doing. Otherwise, you hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care. But when you get caught, remember that I don't care. NRE, love throughout the atmosphere. I mean, now we on the run. If that ain't clear, I mean, like, be mindful, folks. Let's talk about this shit. Let's talk about Randy Moss. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, catch a body like a moss. And he was, obviously on the countdown, NFL, ESPN, etc. If you don't know, one of the best wide receivers of all time besides Jerry Rice. And, I'm going to say Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, Megatron, like my era, the names that I could think of right off the top. Dallas Cowboys, Michael Irvin, you know what I mean? Playmaker. A couple other people, Chad Ocho, you know what I mean? This is some people, right? But Randy Moss is the top of the top, even without the ring. Your wrist bling bling, my shit bling blah. He was, I guess had posted up something, Small guy, what's the word, my brother? So I like to rap it to Allah. He had posted up something, and some of the fans or people that was under the post had noticed something in his eye, right? Like something is in his eye, right? And I guess his eyes was a little yellow or what have you. And we know that could be like liver problems, you drink too much. It could be other complications of the body if you ain't taking care of yourself. Monique, what's the word? And come to find out, right? He got some type of sickness. I don't know what it is. I ain't diagnosed him, but I know he's taking a hiatus, they saying, from the NFL countdown. And I thought I saved the picture in the post, but I know what he said. Pretty much he like, I'm taking a break. I'm dealing with some situations. And he telling the fellas, he like, yo, go to the doctor. Get your blood checked out. Get yourself checked out. Don't wait till it's too late for your body to start showing you signs, etc. And I'll say this, he's absolutely right. But I understand for brothers like myself, like I gotta be real sick. Something gotta be like really going on for me to like run to the hospital, run to the doctor. And I got a primary doctor. I do go every year, or, every so when I think about it, go get checked up, make sure I ain't got no STDs, make sure I ain't got no HIVs, make sure my blood pressure and all that, my sugar levels and all that. And every time I go, my doctor, she say the same thing. Shout out to Dr. Grainer, right? She like, everything is the same. Like, even though I'm going up in age a little bit, you need to get checked out on a daily basis. Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Like, even though I go and shit, you know what I mean, and my age is going up, she be like, everything is still the same. Like, my weight, everything be still the same. And I work out. I am conscious of what I eat for the most part. Fell back on the heavy drinking and the smoking and all that shit. And when you do get over 40 or a certain age, that's when the body really starts to show you what your latter years was, know what I mean? Or your latter, not former, your former years, know what I mean? Not the latter. And your 30s and your 20s, was you in the club going super hard? Was you drugging super hard? Was you mollying super hard? Ecstasy super hard? Fucking around super hard. Then when you get in your 40s, etc., then you get up, you look up, you're like, damn, I'm overweight. Damn, I got diabetes. Damn, I got high blood pressure. Damn, I got hyperextension, whatever these shits be, right? I don't know what Randy Moss got. I'm praying for him, wishing him the best. But he's right. And I said all that to say, like, I got to really be sick. Most men, but you're black. I'm going to just keep it on black folks. I ain't going to really say, like, Latinos or other ethnic groups, because I really only know the black experience. I only can speak from a black body, even though I'm light-skinned. A lot of us look at the hospital system and, the healthcare system and all that shit with the side eye. We be like, I mean, like, why am I going to you? Why am I listening to you? And it seems like every time you go, I'm not on no heavy medications. Rest in peace, my pops died at one time. He was one of the most, and this is my step pops because I don't know my real father, right? But he is my father because he was dead. At one time, he was the healthiest, like talking about the healthiest. And I hear stories all the time, like from my mans and them, well, go to ER and they make you do what, or they make you don't want to because they look down on us and they want to help us. That's why you have to know. That's right, you definitely got to know. And that's why a lot of black women, they more boisterous when it comes to having certain physicians and, pediatricians, and, people like that that's overlooking their body and not just the others. Now, I'll say others because mostly, let's just keep it a buck, it's foreigners. Now, I mean, it's when I say foreign, like the Indians or Middle Easterners or other ethnicity groups, Asians, people like that be the doctors. They don't really be, at least not at the Harlem Hospital, Lincoln, Presbyterian and places that I've been. And I had surgery before as well. The only major surgery I had was my appendix had to be removed. It was about to bust open. And I got right there in time. As soon as I got to the hospital, like 2 hours, I was in surgery. They made me drink some shit. Looked at this CAT scan, like, oh, this is the symptoms you feeling, woo, woo, woo. And I was sick for a little while. I thought I had the virus. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, damn, this is, what year was this? Was in 2011, 2012. This side note, but this is my show, so I could paint the picture. Kept getting sick. Like, damn, why the fuck am I keep getting sick? Kept getting sick, you know what I mean? I was having fun and doing my 1-2s, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, why the fuck I keep getting sick? In the movie with with my nieces and nephews, Uncle Leon love the kids, you know what I mean? We watching Iron Man 2, you know what I mean? And I just got mad chills, mad shaky, mad chills, feeling like I was about to throw up and I was mad sick. I'm like, damn, something is wrong, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to take them out the movies. This is how I'm thinking. I didn't want to take them out the movies. Watch the whole movie. Then after the movie, drop them off and all that. And I called my, at that time I was married, called my ex, like, yo, something is wrong with me. Something is wrong. I got to go to emergency. Drive up to White Plains and shit, get in there, like I said. They asked me a couple of questions, like, woo, woo. They're like, yo, we got to get you in surgery right away. To this point, I had never had surgery. I think I was, what, 20? I was like, man, I think I was 30, somewhere around there, right? Anyway, long story short, my appendix had to be removed, taken out, stayed in the hospital for like 11 days, came out of there like a skeleton, you know what I mean? And that was the only major surgery that I had. But the point that I'm making is I kept getting sick. But I wasn't going to the doctor. Like, nah, I'm going to take these aspirin. I'm going to take this little Tylenol, drink this little motherfucking NyQuil, and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be all right. And the doctor like, yo, you lucky you came here. White Plains to me, Monique, is, in my opinion, not just because I had my surgery there, but just for other people that I know when we was living in that area, up there is better than down here. That's just my opinion. If you work in a hospital here and I'm shitting on your job or your community or your workers, then you could correct me if I'm wrong. But like White Plains to me was one of the best hospitals, and I'm glad I went there as opposed to right in Harlem where I'm from, or Lincoln, or I think Presbyterian is good as well. You know what I mean? But that's more like for if I'm not mistaken, that's like for more brain and heart, if I'm not misspeaking. But anyway, White Plains, they did me good. Everything worked out, you know what I mean? But get yourself checked out, people. Pretty much that's what Randy Moss is saying. I agree with him. Don't wait till your eyes is yellow and, you know what I mean, you can't move and you know what I mean? Don't wait till it's too late. Then you go to the doctor like, yo, I need your help me out. Then they're like, yo, we got to cut your leg off. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about with my pops. Super healthy. And this, I'm going to end this topic with this. One of my homies I grew up with, he like, yo, your pops was mad strong. That nigga was a health nut. He like, I remember one day we was playing ball on 145th, and he was running, you know what I mean? A lot of habits from prison, running, and he was a boxer. I used to have his gloves up there, but I gave the glove to my brother. He wanted them, right? He like, yo, we was playing ball for like 4 or 5 hours. Running it back. And he like, guess who was still running when we finished playing ball? He like, yo, your pops ran that fucking, I was about to say yard. He ran that park field all the way till we stopped playing ball. Like that's how much in shape he was. And when he passed in 17, 18, I mean a couple years ago now, he was on mad medication. Had to get his leg from the knee down amputated. I think he was on like 11 medications. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to the doctor, they want to give you high blood pressure. They want to give you blood thinners. They want to give you sleeping pills. They want to give you every fucking thing. And then you look around, you say, damn, liquor store, Chinese restaurant, pizza shop, pharmacy, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, McDonald's, pharmacy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everywhere you look, it's a fucking pharmacy. It's almost like McDonald's. That's a fact, right? In the area I live, where my mom's and where we grew up at. Pharmacy, 39th, 37th, 36th, fucking 32nd. Like, it's like one across the street. Like, that shit is like clockwork. Are we that much on medication? Are we, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to the home remedies? You know what I mean? Like, medication. They want to medicate you up so you could be hooked, and that's how they get their money too, through Big Pharma. So, wishing Randy Moss the best. You know what I mean? Randy Moss, ooh, catch a body like a moss, and you should check yourself out too, especially the fellas, man. Ain't nobody really coming to save you. That's because the doctors are in the bed with the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, that's a fact. Somebody in bed with them, because it's definitely a pharmacy on every motherfucking block. Just like the liquor store, just like McDonald's. Enough said, right? I got a lot of topics today. Speaking of healthcare and the health shit, let's talk about, and I'm gonna have to Google the name of the person that was killed, but I do know he was the healthcare CEO. If you know, you can let me know. I'm gonna Google it real quick just to see the name. But anyway, I'm gonna speak about it because the person that came and did the damage, right? Healthcare CEO shot. Brian Thomas. CEO Brian Thomas's killer has been at large since Wednesday. And I'm bringing this shit up, right, to say First, I always talk about like when you breaking the law. We just spoke about breaking the law. Soon as when you go out of your house, they had to confess. If you watch CNN, like I do sometimes, even though that shit is bullshit, or you watch Fox, or you watch News One, which I watch. I'm from New York, you know what I mean? Harlem. I don't think Bronx. I think they got Bronx 12 Bronx. They don't got New York 1, right? New York 1, every 11 minutes they give you the news, and pretty much they say the same shit over and over unless it's breaking news, right? So anyway, on CNN and News One, you know, they got the professionals, like the top CIA, top motherfucking, FBI and all that, security, New York. I've been told y'all, I'm sure most of y'all know, you know what I mean? If you from New York, you know that as soon as when you walk out of your house, if it's a camera in your building, which most likely it is, and my building, there's cameras on each floor. It's camera on my floor. You know what I mean? Camera when you go downstairs, like most buildings now, most residencies, right? So when you walk out, you on camera. You on somebody ring. You know what I mean? Or somebody door ring. When you walk out your building, there's cameras going both directions. Corner store, cameras everywhere. It's hard to get away with crime. And we see oftentimes gang shit, regular random crimes where people commit crime. They get caught. You know what I mean? Like, they get caught. This shit happened on Wednesday, today, Friday. Not saying they ain't going to get him. They got the picture of the face and all that now. I guess, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, at the hotel he was in or he checked in or whatever, he brought his mask down and he was flirting with the receptionist. So then now they got some of his face being shown. But from the picture, it looked like a female. I'm like, damn. When I first seen it, had the TV on mute. I'm like, oh shit, a female off the CEO, Brian Thompson? That's wild crazy because normally women don't be doing shit like that, especially brazen, broad daylight with the motherfucking silencer on. Like, they don't usually be doing that. But then I turned it up because I'm like, damn, I wanted to hear the story and I knew I was going to talk about it tonight. You know what I mean? So come to find out, they don't got no, they don't got no leads. I guess he dropped the book bad. Like, he been in New York for 10 days. So anyway, I said all that to say, on CNN, it's two different conflicting narratives. One, they're like, yeah, New York, this is what I wanted to bring the point to. They're like, New York got the system on like Dark Knight, Batman, with Morgan Freeman, and he able to pick up all the voice in any video. Batman had the technology, and Morgan Freeman like, this is kind of really invading people's privacy. I'm going to do this shit one time because the joke is out of control. After this, consider this my resignation. And Batman, like, I was counting on you to say that. Once we got this motherfucker, destroy the technology, right? New York got that shit. Gotham City, they got that shit. They got the voices they're not telling you about. They got the pickup on the mics they're not telling you about. But they have to tell you about the face recognition. When you go into Grand Central Station, when you go into the subway, 42nd, 34th, Times Square, when you go to Happy New Year, you go past them checkpoints, you on camera and you in that database system, especially if you got a criminal record like me. You know what I mean? They got you. He allegedly, the person that's in question, don't got a criminal record. But one person in the high office was like, well, we can't really tell if it's him, and New York system ain't that sophisticated. Kind of almost like covering up. Like, we ain't gonna catch nigga. We don't want y'all going down that rabbit hole. Then the other person from New York, think they had the former New York City police commissioner. He like, nah, off the face that we got and off the picture with the mask down, we should be able to get a ping, especially if he got a criminal record. If he don't, then maybe not. But even still, with the AI technology, this is what he's saying. He like, even with the AI technology, we should be able to get a pinpoint. We should be able to catch this motherfucker sooner or later, right? But the other person, he like, nah, I mean, it's going to be hard to do that. I'm saying, damn, New York's finest. The system is sophisticated, you know what I mean? Like, it's some real elaborate shit. AI technology, facial recognition, etc. How they not gonna catch him? His whole face is exposed. If it was me brandishing a weapon, 42nd Times Square, you going to jail now, minus the uppercut from the bus driver. You going to jail, and you going to jail for a long time, right? I don't know if the person gonna get caught or not. I don't know what the motive is, but something just don't smell right to me. You know what I mean? You travel from wherever you travel from 10 days. You staked it out, and then the video, followed them and all that. Mask on, pop the nigga. Rest in peace to him, and condolences to the Thomason family. Horrible way to die, you know what I mean? Get gunned down, and I'm not gonna say it's justified. What's the movie that come to mind? Oh, Denzel, what is it? John Q. And his son needed a heart transplant, right? And he wasn't on the list, so he took over the hospital. Like, y'all niggas going treat my son, even if I gotta go to jail. We know that when you lack financial resources, like a lot of us do, we poor, and we just trying to get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. Like, you been smoking, you been drinking, you really going through it, and a lot of us is quietly suffering, trying to figure it out. Even though we are living in today's time where it may appear or seem like to be able to print money and make money is mad easy. See mad fucking influencers jumping on, yeah, I brought 5 trucks. All I did was invest in this and do that. I'm not saying that what they're saying is not true. You have to find your lane, work hard, and get it out the mud. But everybody seemed like they rich online. I just brought 10 vending machines, and I just did this, and I brought property without putting down. And Charlemagne and motherfucking, well, not Charlemagne, fucking the light-skinned nigga like me, DJ Envy, and motherfucking the other Spanish nigga getting you for your bread. Because that's your money, son. Everybody seems like they got a get-rich scheme. But anyway, when you don't have it, and a lot of us don't, we just barely getting by. One paycheck less, or one direct deposit 2 weeks later, or lost in the system, you losing your mind. You're like, damn, I gotta pay my condo, gotta pay my rent, gotta pay my motherfucking Netflix, my baby needs shoes. You know what I mean? Like, you got shit going on. That's why it always bugs me out when, the Taraji P's and, the different people that's sitting up on a high horse be like, yeah, it ain't gonna be no Social Security, and ooh, you ain't gotta worry about that, motherfucker. You been rich. You been rich, and you a big fish, and anything that's on low level, you might have knew what it was before you got rich, but you've been rich for 20 years now. You've been sleeping on motherfucking Gucci satin sheets. You've been wearing motherfucking mink eyelashes for 30 years. You get your nails done and eat grapes and all that. You get the best of the best for the last 40 years. You don't know what it's like to be poor no more. You don't. You don't. Not to say that you didn't, but now you don't. But anyway, when you don't have it, insurance is mad expensive. In fact, go back to my surgery for a minute. That shit was $20,000. I had Medicaid or some shit that I had. I think the only thing that I had to pay for, and I didn't realize it, but they ended up getting me. I didn't get that relinquished, was the X-rays and the radiation or the anesthesias or whatever. That shit didn't cover, right? So I think that was about like $1,600, $1,700. The other $20,000, or the other money that totaled up to the $20,000, got Medicaid or whatever, took care of it, right? At that time that I had. If you don't have, you don't get. That's the reality. That's why John Q, or that nigga was in there going hard for his son. But I don't know why he killed the CEO dude. I don't know if he promised him some shit like Saw. The movie Saw was supposed to be about that shit too. That's why he did all that shit. Like, yo, I got cancer. Y'all ain't gonna help me out. You could help me out, but you don't want to because of the, the rules and the licenses and all that shit, and the haves and the have-nots. I'm a motherfucking trap your ass, put you in a cage somewhere and make you pull your teeth out with no anesthesia and take your eyelids off on some Wu-Tang torture shit, like torture. I chop your kneecaps off and make you kneel in a staircase of piss. And that's you know what I mean? Like Wise Brim, what's the word? 59 on some Wu-Tang shit. You know what I'm saying? Like torture. We're going to see if they catch him or if it's a cover-up. If they don't catch him, then you know that shit was a cover-up. I feed you sleeping pills. I cut your eyelids off and just feed you sleeping pills. That was one of the crazy ones. Know what I mean? We're going to see if they catch him. For some strange reason, you could quote me on this. I don't think whoever killed this guy is going to be caught. Therefore, if he's not caught, it's not to say that it's inadequacy or incapability. I think it leans more to they don't want him to be caught, and this person got killed for a reason. Saying this not really a story as far as a topic, but it's my show and we unscripted before we get to the next topic. The CEO of Cash App stabbed in San Francisco right outside your hotel. Like when you see certain people just get killed and offed, I am a conspiracy theory. It got to make some type of sense. Everything I don't just think of, but I say, damn, the fucking cracking nigga that went to Buffalo and killed all them people, and come to find out who was the security guard. Right. He was a black man that was trying to start cars on water and was figuring out the formulation and the formula, and he died. A couple of other random people, and I don't say random respectfully, because I know to the loved ones, they not random. That's somebody's grandmother, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's sister, etc. But I mean random in the sense that he was somebody. Because if you could figure out how to start cars and run cars off water, then you fucking up the gasoline. There's no more gas. We ain't paying $5 for gas, $3.99 for gas. Just put water in my shit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to kill you for that. Take your idea. When it be hits like that or deaths transpire like that, I always look with the side eye like, damn, nigga traveled all the way to Buffalo, shot the shit up with AR and all that, and then come to find out the security guard was some dude, some random guy that was figuring out how to run cars off water? What's the coincidence of that? Like, damn, that's a coinky dink. You know what I mean? Like, something just ain't right. Let's get to this other topic, though. This shit got a lot of people feeling some type of ways. And I got time today. How long we been on so far? 47 minutes? I'm probably going 2 hours today. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got time today. Let's talk about, where this shit at? Oh, this shit right here. Andrew Schultz, right? Didn't know who he was, or maybe I didn't know who he was, didn't know his name, etc. So anyway, Kendrick Lamar, whole album we covered 2 weeks ago, I believe. It's been like 2 weeks now since he came out with the GNX album. Good album. Had a chance to listen to it one more time, so now that's 2 times. It's a good album, it's quality, and from what I'm hearing, that's the appetizer, so that's great that we're going to get something better than this. Because I felt like this was more like a West Coast album, just before we get to this Andrew Schultz nigga. Felt like it's a West Coast album. Couple of artists that I didn't know about, they jumped on the track, they blessed the album. It's a good album, but out of the, I think it's 11 songs, it's probably about like 6 that I like, 2 that was like, and then the other I didn't like. So to me, it's an all right album, especially for Kendrick Lamar. We expect the best of the round. We expect you to be up here because we got you as, it ain't no big 3, it's just big me. We expect a lot from you, right? Anyway, with that said, one of the songs that I do like is the song Mirrors, West Coast Mirrors or Mirrors. Damn, let me go to this nigga page. Fuck, and I got ads on my shit back now. I wasn't paying no $18 on YouTube no more. I ain't have no ads, but then I had the ads on my shit. Now I got the ads back. Where's my videos that I've been listening to? Where the fuck we at? Right here. Got the ads now.
He listens because he's specific.
I really just want to go to the quote of Kendrick Lamar because I ain't have the lyrics. Here, go right here.
Once again, and this talked a little bit about these outlandish things, not whatever. But then my God said, no, Charlamagne idiot, so he trying to play the.
Here you go, right here, the lyrics.
Watching it full on they play.
All right, so on that song, Kendrick Lamar, Whacked Out Mirrors, he talking about this dude, Andrew Schultz. I didn't know who he was, like I said again. Apparently, what sparked these lyrics right here from Kendrick Lamar, I guess he was on another podcast called Shits and Giggles, right? 2 black dudes from out there in the UK or from out there in London. So they black, but they, you know, they black out there, right? For what it's worth, you know what I mean? And I guess he was talking about black women. You know what I mean? I didn't hear the comments. I should have Googled it. You know what I mean? I guess he said some shit about black women. He was joking about it. And the black dudes was joking with him or laughing with him because he is a comedian. So we have to take it with a grain of salt, right? So Kendrick Lamar, like, no juice inside my cup. I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black women. That's law. I don't propagate work for them and fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that's cool, the niggas that's being groomed, slide on both of them. You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to pour? Now I don't know what the next lines is after that. So I guess this dude, Andrew Schultz, heard the lyrics. Like, you know what I mean? I hear you, my nigga. You know what I mean? I hear you talking to me. And fuck them two black niggas too. Because I guess they came out and they backpedaled like, yo, we should have checked them. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have had them up here. It's funny, before we continue, it's funny what pressure of social media and of society can do to individuals. You know, if you believe one thing and you put it out there for public consumption, and then people start jumping in your comments, jumping in your DMs, and they believe something different, and they going hard on you, like they going in. I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, and I'm going to go hard, and I'm going to go hard. Like, you on some Lil Wayne shit? It's funny how people cave and they change their whole shit. And I find the people that stand 10 toes down, like 10 toes down when we standing on business, you a big stepper, underground mecca, you know what I mean? Get the most, not the lesser. Even when you in the eyes of the angry mob. I respect people like that. And KO was one of them who taught me that that's how you need to be. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't know it already prior to meeting him, he like, yo, it don't matter if it's 10 niggas or one nigga and you going against. Be who you are. Not be stupid and try to fight 10 niggas, but be who you are. Not when it's convenient or it's an opportunistic time for you to now show, oh, this is who I am. No, be who you are all the time, nigga. If you say you about this, then be about that. Even when nobody's looking. And that's why Hov, like, you could come set up the camera, let the video run. And my real life, complete with real ice, like, you know what I mean? It's everything that you see is what you're going to get. It's not when the camera start rolling, all of a sudden you a persona, you a personality, you're not who you are. You're not who you say you are. You know what I mean? On some Dennis Green shit. They are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. You know what I'm saying? On some Dennis Green shit. Anyway. Schultz, he pretty much called them out. Like, yo, fuck them niggas. They caved to the pressure. People getting on them. Like, yo, y'all let this white motherfucker disrespect black women. And so they came out and they apologized, etc. And then he had this shit to say. Let me see if we can catch some of it.
If it's me, Kendrick, no, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I let him choose a position. Why are you putting this picture on Mark? Wow. Why are you doing this? Look, put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that. Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable. Yo, I'll be honest, I would go so far as to say, I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him. Like, he got secure.
Shout outs to Urban TV. I fuck with the Urban politicians TV. I fuck with them. Again, I didn't know who this guy was. If I did know him, you know, maybe I wasn't aware or whatever. His comedian, I don't know if it's dark comedian. Some comedians they bomb. Some comedians hit. Some jokes don't land like you think they're gonna land. And I'll say this too. Before I knew what this situation was about, I had seen my son on his page. He like, when? Let me see if I could go find that real quick, because I want to read what he said. Let me see if I can read what my son in general said. Yeah, here you go, right here. So I had seen this post first, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know it was about Kendrick. I didn't know it was about Andrew Schultz and none of that. So it says, where's the humor in a man saying he can sit another man on his lap and grape him and he couldn't do anything to stop him? That's actually saying a man isn't man enough to protect his manhood. Am I bugging or not? Well, I'll say this, right, as far as the manhood, because you know my son, he extra. You know what I mean? I fuck with him, but he on some extra drama shit. Like, I would say drama queen, but not in a disrespectful way. But just like the theatrics, he's extra with it, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Pouring it on thick. No Porzolini. If another man is physically overpowering you in prison, let's just say, and I was in prison, I had just came in when that started to phase out, but it still was there. I even told a story about a 5% nigga, allegedly 5% nigga named Sincere, supposed to be with the gods in the earth, and nobody's immune. Like, you could say you one thing, your beliefs, but you totally on demon time. I was 16. I mean, my first bid. And I was in Sullivan. Shouldn't have been in there probably, but I was doing the most. They sent me to the key block, the box. Then when I came out, they put me in Sullivan, you know, with a whole bunch of lifers, and this is a max. And I'm 16 years old, about to turn 17. And going to the key block rec, you know, it was me and him. He taught me the lessons, or started teaching me the 5% lessons. Real short, quick, you know, side story, side note, because this is my show. This wasn't really a topic, but I want to address the manhood, other men taken from other men, etc. You know, after he tried to befriend me and cool me and little bro me, here go the lessons, woo, woo, woo. Come to find out he was a booty band and he was trying me, you know what I mean? And my man Chemist, Jamaican brother, you know, he had 25 to life. He had 5 years, and you know, I ended up telling him, you know, what would happen, and they ended up shipping Sincere out, but he was going to kill him. You know what I mean? He was going to kill him, and he's like, you lucky they drafted him. I can't believe he tried to pull that on you, you know, bro. Woo, 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 But people been doing that, right? And again, at this time in '94, started phasing out. But at one point in time in prison, people was taking, you know, other men's manhood, like as he said. And so it don't make you less of a man if you physically can't do anything about it. It's just like with women. Some women, you know, if you get overpowered by a man, God made us more physically, you know, empowered as opposed to you. So most likely, you know, 9 times out of 10, unless a woman is trained or she's physically bigger than the guy, a guy's going to be able to overpower you if he wants. Same thing in the gladiator arena with the football players and basketball players and Shaq. There ain't too many people going to be able to stop Shaq if he was on some booty bandit shit. What you going to do? See, it's a video. In fact, I didn't think I was going to be saying this, but it's a video, I think, with Kevin Hart and Shaq behind him, like pumping his butt plainly. You know what I mean? But look at Kevin Hart and look at Shaq. If they happen to be in San Quentin somewhere or in Attica somewhere, which I was, how you stopping that? You could get a knife, you could get a you know, a pick or something. That's going to be your only way, and you still may not even have a chance if he want to do what he want with you. So to my song, like, you know, are you less than a man because a man overpower you and they on that type of time? Nah, you're not less than a man. And I'll end that particular part of this topic with this. K.O. Smitty, who I just finished talking about, right? K.O. got 50 years in now. 74, got a 74 number. 84, 94, 2004, 2014, 50 years, right? And I met him when he had 24 years in. He was telling me a story about booty bandits and shit, how he used to fuck them up, how he used to protect some of the lesser men who couldn't protect themselves. He would step in and make sure that they, you know what I mean, people didn't take advantage of them, right? He said sometimes these booty bandits or these people that did this type of shit, they ain't even grape the man, but they did pull their pants down and they like physically spit in a nigga booty hole so that when you wake up and you got slime and spit in your butt, you know what I mean? And I hate to be graphic like that. Even though you didn't physically, they didn't rape you, in your mind, mentally, When you wake up with your pants down because you got knocked out, or nigga, a couple of dudes took you. Let me restart this again. 1 second, people. 1 second. Let me let this video post real quick before I start going live on it. 1 second. Yeah, kid. All right, post it up. Cool. Start another live. We 1 hour in. Probably gonna give y'all a little 2 hours and then I'm out of here. Probably gonna give y'all a little 2 hours and then I'm out of here. We've been live for 1 hour so far. But anyway, so KO was like, for the psychological part of it, right? I mean, any man being raped, you know what I mean, by another man and you heterosexual, you don't want that happening to you. You're going to do whatever it is, scratch, bite, claw, ice pick it up, cheer it up, whatever it up that you can to not let that happen to you, because that could be the worst thing that can happen to you as a man. But imagine it doesn't happen to you, but you get knocked out, you wake up, there's slime on you, but they didn't really physically do you like that. They just put something on you in between. So when you wake up and you feeling yourself, you think that happened to you, because you just imagine the psychological damage that can do to somebody when you wake up. You know, you was in the gym working out, or you was in the punching the bag, and niggas, the booty bandits came in, the I-Van and other people that, you know, was on that type of time. You have a square off with them. They get the better of you. They don't do you dirty like that, but you don't know that because you feel something wet. You wake up like, damn, they fucking got me. Like, you would be broken as a man. You know what I mean? At least for a little while, mentally, psychologically, every time you see them and they smirking or they looking at you, you thinking that they got you, even though they didn't. He said some people was on it like that just for the mental aspect to play chess and war games. You know what I mean? But now back to the Andrew Schultz, right? A lot of people, they on Kendrick Lamar right now. They fuck with him. He's the Tupac of the generation. He's the Black Power. He is the God. I'm being funny, you know what I mean? I fuck with Kendrick, but I don't hold him in high regard like that. Like if you could talk some shit, then you could be able to take it, nigga. You ain't exempt. And so the comedian, whether you like it or not, black folks, but you're black. Because in that same interview, he like, yeah, you know, since when rappers is the protectors of women? He being funny. And he like, lick on these nuts and suck their dick. Get the fuck out after you're done. Like quoting some West Coast shit. West Side. And you know, NWA, which is one of my favorite groups. I quote it all the time on the show. Where, you know, they're looking for some buns. And the prostitute is trying to get some money from them. They pull her in the car. Talking about what you gonna do for us. Shit, like, what type of money you talking? They're like, money, bitch, you better suck my head and do X, Y, Z. And shit, like, well, if you ain't got no money, then they shoot her, throw her out the car. What? 13 years old listening to this? 14 years old listening to this? What are we listening to? My ears, my ears, my ears. What? So they just bagged up a prostitute, popped her, threw her out the car, and then went to look for another one. This is what we listening to coming up. And to quote Kendrick on that, what is it? I got royalty, got loyalty, is in my DNA. At the end of the song, whoever's talking, I think it's Sean King. He like, this is why we say that hip hop has done more detriment to the black community than any other thing. And Candace Owens, the real me bitch, what's the word? Candace Owens, I know a lot of people don't like her, right? She's saying the same thing. What's the difference? Kendrick Lamar using it on his song, at the end of his song. She's saying it went from Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson and Public Enemy and KRS-One to Onyx, Throw Your Guns in the Air. I was loving that song when it came out. It's time to get live, live, live like a wire. I set the whole stage on fire. Phone vets on, the grill, shotgun seal, you know what I mean? Like, try to get me, they get shifty, ha, 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 ha. And we do it like this. Like, that was my shit, right? And fuck the police and all that shit, right? Like once it got to the Coogee raps and the streets of New York and all that, nigga couldn't tell nigga nothing. And a lot of young folks in my age and my bracket, we come up off that golden era of hip hop when that's what it was. But anyway, Kendrick Lamar, he quotes, Snoop Dogg and lick on these nuts and suck the dick. And like, since when, hip hop niggas been protecting women? Now you got certain songs, certain artists, even if they hardcore artists, they got a Dear Mama, or you hear Kendrick Lamar. His music is definitely geared towards, not downgrading women, but it's like, sit down, be humble, like sit down, bitch. Who are you talking about? Talking about Drake? Some people say he was talking about Drake and a couple other people, but he's saying bitch. And we know women refer to other women as bitches. But anyway, for those that had a problem with the joke that didn't land, pretty much what he was saying is that, he could talk all that shit about, don't let no white comedian nigga disrespect no black women. But he like, if me and you was to get into it, one-on-one, man, mano, I'll whip your ass, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Make you my bitch, nigga. That's pretty much what he was saying now. So some that may be like, oh, where's the comedy in that? And what are you talking about? Raven, man, it is far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. It's overboard is what I meant to say, not far-fetched. It's overboard. But basically he's saying that we had a couple dollars and we had to bet and pick me against Kendrick Lamar, nigga. I whipped that nigga ass. I put my foot in his ass. You don't believe it? Set it up and let's do something. He could be playing, it could be exaggeration, etc. And then he pointed out, like, yo, look at him standing next to Travis Kelce girl. What's her name? Taylor Swift. He's miniature. And that's not to say that he can't fight. He don't know karate. He ain't a black belt. He ain't Kung Fu Kenny. And, well, it ain't like, I don't know if he could whip his ass or not. But what I'm saying is Andrew was like, listen, nigga, we ever put the gloves on or we ever was in cell, in jail when I had life and you was my cellmate, nigga, I'll fuck you, nigga. Straight up and down. You ain't got no wins, and yeah, that may be extreme and like, oh, why are we talking about this? And what that got to do with comedy? He just striking back. If you can't take it, nigga, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You said something, you addressed him talking about the black women and you was caping for him, cool. I'm not mad at you, Kendrick, for stepping up for the black women. And by the red, the black, the green, with the keys, sissies. And that's you, Tupac. You know what I mean? Reincarnated. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. Okay, cool. You want to address it, you address it. You cannot get mad when he come back and say what he got to say. You could, what's the nigga name? The other dude name? He like, I know I'm black and I'm in hip hop and I'm a little slow, but is this guy saying he want to sleep with K-Dot? No, he's saying he would fuck K-Dot. Now cover your ears, cover your mouth. Now people like, yo, he got a green light on him. They gonna beat him up. They go, y'all niggas ain't gonna do shit. If he was a black man, y'all probably would do it. Oh, but you're black. We know y'all niggas ain't doing that. No Asians, no Koreans, no Jews, no whites, no motherfucking Arabs. Y'all don't get down like that. Y'all niggas is gangster for everybody in the world that's black. But when they non-black, y'all niggas don't got no smoke. And when it happens, the rare occasions that it do happen, nigga was on edge or nigga was not in his right mind to where he really went all out and did some unthinkable shit. You know what I mean? What's the movie? The Unthinkable. When Samuel Jackson was interrogated, he had to make the Muslim dudes who they thought was terrorists, look like they was going to kill their wives or do X, Y, Z to make them talk and spill the beans. You know what I mean? It got to be some extreme shit like that. Niggas ain't doing nothing to nobody else. You can look through any neighborhood, any black neighborhood where it's gentrified now. You can look through any black neighborhood that's gentrified now, and you see all other ethnicities walking their dog, you know what I mean, doing what they do, going to the motherfucking liquor store, coming back with their champagne, doing whatever they want, ordering Uber Eats, wearing all type of expensive shit. You know they got it because the buildings that they live in, the rent is higher than yours. They paying $4,000 for a 1-bedroom. $5,000 for 2 bedrooms. They live in the same building you live in, but they renovated the apartment in your building, so you know they paying more money and you don't do nothing to them. And again, I'm not saying do something to them. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying go hurt people just for the fact of hurt people, because I don't give it up like that. What I'm saying is that it's plenty of other people walking around that's doing better than you, but nothing happens to them. Nothing at all. But me, and you, your mother and your cousin too, sitting on like you rolling up and slamming Cadillac doors. I come out the building, I gotta be on point. Because niggas got the blicky and they don't like how I'm looking today. They don't like that a nigga walk past them too close today. They gang. They blood, they crip, they the king of the Nietas. They got the smoke for me. But them crackers, them Asians, them Arabs, them Jews, they live in the same neighborhood, my nigga. And nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. So again, back to Kendrick, and we off this topic. We're going to get to the next topic. Andrew Schwartz or Dutch Schultz or whatever the fuck his name is, the comedian, pretty much he's saying like, yo, you could talk about me and your raps, then I could get on a podcast and I could have some comedian, whether you agree with the comedy or not, whether he sucks at being a comedian, and then sit right with him talking about raping a black man, and some people in the comments, he talking about buck breaking and all this shit, bro. Shut the fuck up. If Kendrick could say some shit, he could say some shit. We can't pick and choose. Now I get it. Stay on code. Pretty much what he's saying is that we put on some boxing gloves or we had to fight to the death, I will whip this little nigga ass. Or at least I think I could, and he had to prove me wrong. Because my money is on me. That nigga can't. And then he probably can't beat half of the people that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is he lying? It remains to be seen. Is he lying? It remains to be seen. Let's get to some other shit though. Now what's going on with this right here before we get to some other shit? Wonder what happened. Damn, B. They fucking with me now. I'm gonna end my live and I'm gonna share it. I'm not sure what they're doing. Oh, they really be on some bullshit. That's why I'm glad I be recording my shit here too, just so I can be recording my own shit. 'Cause they be on some bullshit. We gonna just go back live again, bitch ass niggas. We gonna go live again. I show how they on some bullshit. We ain't saying nothing that nobody don't know about. Stop flagging my videos, Instagram. That's what Donald Trump talking about. Flagging for no reason. You got to be scared to say certain words and shit. But anyway, he only picking himself in the fight, folks. I don't know too many rappers that's gonna pick another rapper. I don't know too many fighters that's gonna pick another fighter. I don't know too many people that's confident and, been doing what they've been doing on their craft, gonna pick somebody else. So pretty much that's all he's saying, folks. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. Anyways, talked about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's talk about this Travis Hunter shit, right? Let's talk about Travis Hunter, one of the elite college players, soon to be in the NFL. Two-way player at that, like in the arena of gladiators and mano a mano, and I'm going to move you off your post. I'm going to dunk on you, put my nuts in your face, do you filthy. He's one of them guys. Like, you know what I mean? He not one of them, but he really one of them. He mixing the sauce. He all in the streets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, his last game of the season before the playoffs started and all that, they just finished winning. He's a senior, etc. He moving on to bigger and better things. And asking me how my ex doing, I tell her I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Well, anyway, his lady, his fiance, his wife-to-be, she's your queen-to-be, came on the field, and y'all seen the video by now. If you didn't, she came on the field. A lot of the internet detectives is reading the lips, reading the wordplay, and they hear her saying, I'm tired of this, and what's going on, and I'm not going to keep taking this, and seeming insecure. Maybe he made it that way. I don't know if he made it that way because he was interacting with the cheerleaders of Oklahoma, State or whatever. I think they beat him 50-0. And it got the internet ablaze. And I want to speak about it in this sense, right? Like, one, I don't really know too much about neither one of them. I know he on Deion team, Deion Sanders that is, Shadori and all of them. I'm rocking with them. They've been in the news cycle for a little while. You know what I mean? Cool. Don't really know his background, Travis Hunter that is. So when you're doing the story, you see other channels, you see she curved him in the beginning. Let's start with that. Like, black and ugly as ever, however, stayed Gucci down to the socks. She wasn't fucking with him at first. Like, nah, no can do. You ain't my type, nigga. Your big lips, you're black, you're dark skin. And I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that's what she said, because she is of light skin complexion. She's of the fairest of skins, right? Curved him for 2 months. You know what I mean? He tried to get at her, staying consistent. She curving. She don't know what he is, though. You know what I mean? She don't know who he is, what he about, that he's that guy, that he not really one of them, but he really one of them. And as fate would have it, as the other channel I'm watching, as they breaking it down, as fate would have it, she was invited somewhere, whatever, they don't want to go by herself, so I guess she called him up, and he sprang into action. You know what I mean? The old captain save him, you know what I mean? Save a nigga. He ended up going with her, and as they describe it, it was instant chemistry, and it worked out. They end up being together. They end up dating, etc. And I seen a little TikTok video or some video where like we share each other passwords. We don't talk to the opposite sex. Like if we at dinner and the waitress come and it's a man, and a lot of these little rules. People saying she controlling. People saying she insecure. People saying that she took the moment for herself. This was his big moment. Your last game in college, you won in spectacular fashion. And now it's time to walk the glory road, as they say. What is it? Who was doing fucking Amber Rose with the slut walk, the walk of shame, or the confident walk? You walk in the road of glory, getting all your flowers, your teammates, you celebrating. And you come on the field when you embarrass me, or you bring light to our relationship, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like whatever we got going on. And some women just don't know when to fall back, play the role. Even if your guy is wrong, like out in public is not really where you want to be, telling him he wrong and putting on a show and, embarrassing him, and vice versa. You know what I mean? I would say vice versa as well. Although we see, that's just the reality. Human beings going human. You know what I mean? Sometimes you may go, bitch, I told you, woo, or your chick may be like, nigga, you motherfucker got these bitches calling my phone and embarrassing. Like, you know what I mean? We done seen it off too many times. What I'm saying is, out in public ain't the place to be doing that, especially for the woman or the man. Once you disrespect the man or you emasculate him, then, if he ain't a sucker, then pretty much the relationship is over. Because it ain't no real going back after that, after you do that. It's like that could be worse than cheating sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, listen, you're embarrassed and you try to emasculate me or make me look a certain type of way in front of my family or my friends. Like, I can't fuck with you after that. Can't fuck with you after that. You get one shot to do that. An apology, I'm not going to do it again. No, you're not going to do it again, because here's where we part ways at. And you can go over there to the next guy and learn from your lesson. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, people is getting on her. And then when you dig some more, you hear about she had maybe kind of sort of was thinking about unaliving or self-deletion, or she used to do some stuff to herself. You say, damn, well, if you had this stuff going on, you ain't really want to fuck with me. You found out who I was. You see I'm that guy. I'm that type of guy. LL. Now we get married. Like we getting married now. We ain't getting no younger. And I'm about to be $100 million man. Going to the NFL. I'm going to definitely probably be top 5 dead or alive. And that's just off one LP. You peep game. You know who I am now. You see people talking about me. When we go out, we get treated a certain way. And from what I hear, also he been rich. Like he already is a millionaire, even without the NFL, with the NIL deals and the certain deals and shit. Certain college players, they finagle or they parlay and they know how to do it. You know what I mean? You already rich. So you got with a dude that's in his, before he even turned 20, he rich. And it's not too many of those type of brothers that you're gonna meet, because we know that men start coming into their, bag and their money as the years get older, after they figure it out, after they learn how to be producers and masters, how they focus on their purpose and their self. Then they come into the bag. Unless you're getting a trust fund, or a life insurance policy, or somebody left you something, or you hit the lotto or something like that, or you one of the best around when it comes to the field of being a gladiator, entertaining in sports. And are you not entertained? So when you see stuff like this, I just say, young brother, I don't know you. I know Dion is in your corner, so you got somebody big in your corner. And real quick, speaking of Dion, you see him walking out with his 2 sons, and his ex-wife come, Polaris or whatever her name is. He tapped him on the shoulders and he jet the other way. And people was like, well, what the fuck she doing? Why he run? All you gotta do is go Google and see she tried to destroy that man. She lied on that man. She tried to take everything she had from that man. She still got that man last name. She ain't run from that. Same thing with Shawnee O'Neal. You had Shawnee O'Neal for mad long. Housewives, basketball wives rather, because you attached to somebody that, you know what I mean, got it out the mud, made a name for themselves. You just attached to me. Without me, there's no you. And like Biggie Smalls said, I made you. Why would I play you? Think about it on the streets you roam. It's Don P and Christie's in the fridge when you get home. Like, used to have the best of things. Like, come on, man, don't try to play me, because I put you on. You can't play me, I put you on. Without the Deion Sanders on the back of that jersey, you're nobody. You ain't even been fucking with me. You try to lie on me, call police on me, you jump me in front of my kids, you and your female friend. You know what I mean? And he sued her and took her to court and all that. So that's just to say that part. But we know that Dion is a strong mentor. We know that he ain't perfect. But I'm sure he telling Travis, like, yo, bro, you gotta, don't get caught out there. You need an ironclad prenup. And she there, I was about to say, you there with a person when they didn't have shit, now they got it. I think you should be entitled to definitely a nice sum, not all and not half. That's my stance. Ladies, like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? You should get compensated nicely, but not half, definitely not more than half at all. Even if you was there in the beginning, because like, if I still got to be the best actor around, I still got to be the best basketball player, football player, the best songwriter, you ain't helping me write these songs. And like Rick Ross said, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, listen, you was there when I was broke, and now I'm multimillionaire and we don't work out. I'm going to make sure you good, especially if you got my kids. And even if you don't, just speaking personally for me, I'm going to make sure you're good, but you don't get half. You don't get half. You don't even get a quarter of being half, but you get taken care of. He need an ironclad prenup, and I won't tell people who to be with. We love who we love, and the heart wants what it wants, as the song says. And I don't know her, but just from the little videos that I've seen, it's like, she always got the camera up, she always rolling. I get it. You with a prime time dude, a young dude. They both young, so maybe they'll be together for 30, 40, 50 years. I mean, I hope that they both happy, they get what they want. But just looking on the outside and, judging is like, she want the camera in her face a lot to not be nobody, to just be the girlfriend of Travis Hunter, because that's all you really known for. You ain't coming to your own yet. I guess she was going to be in study psychology, or she trying to be a nurse or a lawyer or some shit. Like, you ain't win no cases yet. You ain't, shut no organizations down yet. You ain't getting no people back taxes and, big lump sums of money because the corporations fuck the people over, etc. You didn't do none of that yet. You didn't make a mark for yourself. You only really know because you're my girlfriend and I'm that guy. So play your part, fall the fuck back before you fuck your bag up. And you get nothing. You get nothing but dust and blood. You get nothing. I mean, that's how I see it. Again, that's just my little small observation for just looking at them, they young. I don't really know them like that. I just doing the story, seeing everybody talking about her coming on the field, getting mad because he threw the ball at the cheerleaders or, what have you. Can't really buy that. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't buying it. Y'all let me know what y'all think on that. Couple more topics. Then we gonna get to this football shit, because it's Friday night. What else we got? Talk about this T.I. shit. Let's talk about T.I. and him allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, got the DNA testing of his son, King. DNA test of the baby to be. And we know that T.I. was on a show or a podcast recently, forget how it came about, but just to show how we got to here. And he like, yeah, yo, King, he about to be a father, and we're going to make sure that he is the most gangsterous of the gangsters. He was being funny, but he wasn't. To show him, like, I'm going to show you what it is that you doing to me. We're going to make sure he gets some felonies. We're going to make sure his rap sheet is long, that he thorough, etc. And I guess the lady is older. Her name is Big Mama or Big Nana or whatever the fuck. Like, a Big Nana, what? Like, what we talking about? Like, I mean, it's the King. And allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, he was displeased. Didn't think his son was mature enough yet to be a father, etc. And only he know that's his son. So I'm not gonna question T.I. judgment or not, right? Even though he has been called the light in the public eye with some of his his moves, etc. Right? Anyway, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, he was able to do the testing. Some people in the comments were saying that that's impossible because you need the mom's consent, you need certain things, and other people were saying, well, he got money, all you really need is the fathers, you don't need the mothers. And so, long story short, we're saying that the baby ain't his, and the lie detector determines you are not the father. On some Maury Povich, chicks getting up, running for the light, running for the hills, dudes getting up happy, clapping like, I told you, bitch, you was sleeping with the whole world. You know what I mean? And treat her like a prostitute. Don't treat no girlie well until you're sure of the scoop. Because all they do is they hurt and trample. Listen up close. Here comes mine. You know what I mean? Like, all your friends tell you the bitch don't deserve it. Like, she having a baby, but it's not your child. It's your man child. It's your best friend child. We see it all too many times when Andrew Wiggins, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, we still don't know what happened with that. Took off mad personal time because his baby moms, allegedly, them daughters wasn't his. And I don't even know what happened out of that, but we know that this stuff plays out all of the time. So I wouldn't be surprised that the baby wasn't King's. Are you surprised if it's not his and that she foul? She a foul bitch for doing that. But is T.I. wrong for trying to protect his son and just making sure, because he felt his son wasn't going to go through with it, or his son was way over his head as far as, being with an older woman? And when they say older, I want to use that loosely because I think they were saying she was in sophomore, or she may be like 3 years or 4 years older. So that's not that much older, but it is still older. She might be definitely more experienced. Is he wrong as a father? And now that the baby is not his, he's like, yo, you need to sever all ties. I don't even want you dealing with this schizo. Like, schizo, we don't even want you dealing with her. I don't think he's wrong. I think as a father, as a mother, as a parent, and again, I ain't got no kids from my own loins, but I still help raise some kids that I love just like they was mine. Believe it or not, call me a simp, a sucker, etc. The bond that I have with them, the relationship that we built, I'm appreciative of those, and they made me better as an individual because of that, right? Because of that experience and going through that. And I love both of y'all, right? Small boy and small boy too. I would want the best for them. I wouldn't want them getting got. I wouldn't want them being, deceived. And, you see like some of these videos, 5 years in, 3 years in, 4 years in, you got an attachment to a child that's not yours. It's one thing to know, and then going with your eyes open like, yeah, I know the child is not mine, but I still love you for you. Your husband died. Your boyfriend is 25 to life. I want to step in and we going to do this thing together. That's totally different than you being lied to, you being deceived, you thinking the situation is one way when it's totally the opposite. That's all the way foul. I don't think he's wrong. If it was a woman that had done it, if it was Tiny that did it, I wouldn't say she's wrong. If it's regular folks that's doing it, just to make sure their son ain't being played, there's always mama's baby and daddy's maybe. It always is. You know what I'm saying? You carry the baby for 9 months, that's your baby. No matter who shot the club up, whether it's me, whether it's, you know what I mean, my brother, my cousin, my mans and them. You know what I mean? All three of us run a train on you. It could be any one of our babies that we came in you, all of us, which is foul. You know what I mean? But it's definitely your baby. And so, you know, I don't really see what was wrong with him. You know, for the people that's like, well, they could have just waited and got the test and all that. Yeah, if King was as gangster as he was saying, and I know you, and I stand 10 toes down, I stand on business. Well, stand on business, nigga, and make sure you know that that's your child before you know what I mean, be the sucker ass nigga. And your father don't want that for you. Like 2 more things. And then we're going to get to these picks. Let's get to this shit here, right? You know, I got Popovich TV. We've been running through these YouTube streets, run across these social media platforms, and they should have never, right? And whether I got 1 view, like we on YouTube now, live, and we on Instagram, got a few people, or whether it's a million people, right? The show is going to be the show. I'm going to be who I am. However, people are like, yo, you still doing YouTube? Ooh, why you ain't pop like the video that be trending? Like, oh, you ain't make it famous yet? Nah, nigga, because you ain't sharing the videos, because you ain't rocking with me. I say, like, for some people, right? They want me to post their shit. I'm a content creator channel, so I'll post anything. If you're a rapper, I'm going to post you. If I interviewed you, obviously I'm going to post you. If I was at your video shoot doing behind the scenes, if I came to your movie premiere, you know what I mean, and got behind the scenes, or whatever. It was Dame, whether it's the Honor Up, they're going to be airing that on BouT tomorrow. And if you're from Harlem, I think they're going to be at the Row. It was supposed to be at the Shake Bar, but now it's going to be at the Row. You know, people are repost when it's dealing with them. Like, I come to your movie premiere, right? I get behind the scene footage. I interview you. Popovich TV. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I fucks with you in the real life. I mean, you associate, or we know each other. We're associates. Even friends or distant friends. You know what I mean? Not family, but I rock with you. Brought some bottles together. I came to get some of your events. You came out. You know what I mean? So that type of relationship. You know I got Popovich TV. You know I'm going to come out with the camera, bring even an extra camera person if I need, do the interview, get the behind the scenes. I'm going to put it up on my channel. You're going to repost it on your channel because it's about you. But outside of that, you never post. You never say, yo, Neff, my cousin, my bro. I'm just throwing those, names out like cousin, bro, nephew, etc. My mans. Like, dog, that's my mans in them. Like, but, dog, that's these niggas is taking over the industry. Bro, that's my mans in them. Like, if that's my mans in them, it shouldn't have to be about you to post me up. Put me up. You got a lot of followers, more than, and I'm bringing this up to say people will fuck with you for what you're doing for them. And you ain't even realizing that it's not a 2-way street. It's only a 1-way street. They only repost them because you interviewed them. You put it on your channel because you interviewed them. So they're going to repost the interview that you did of them. But not about somebody else, not about something else, not about random, like, yo, my bro, my cuz, my uncle, my this, my that. He got Popovich TV. I'm speaking about me, but it could be any other thing because we see these videos. Oh, why you never got famous yet? Oh, because you never posted me. You never shared, but it'd be the strangers that do it. And you say, damn, like, you know what I mean? I done had these slippers, and I got about like, I'm going to say about like 200. We probably going to be finishing these off by the time Christmas come. We got the Cozy Souls. I done had these for a little while, you know what I mean? It'd be other brands, like Band Goods, etc. These the phone posits, by the way, the Galaxies. These the Air Max 95s, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of other joints. South Beach, LeBron James, like LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? We got the ones. You know what I mean? We got the ones. There's a lot of people that got these type of joints, but the thing is, people don't fuck with you when you got equal product or even better prices. Your customer service is better, but they still go to other people. For instance, say you sell bud. Everybody got bud now. Fucking even the corner stores sell weed now, right? They taking over everything. We taking over one city at a time. We taking over, like taking over. Oh, but you're black. You're black and you're poor, but all these other businesses come to your neighborhood and they sell you shit because we just give our money away instead of making it circulate. And like Wu-Tang said, my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. You sell bud, other people sell bud. But these people supposed to be people that fuck with you. Your bud prices is better. It's equal to what's on the market, and you deliver. If they don't buy bud from you, they don't fuck with you. They don't. They don't fuck with you. If they ain't posting you except when it's about them, they don't fuck with you. Now, in the real life, what I mean by that, they may give you a pound, y'all may have a drink, y'all may order food together, y'all may be in the club together, etc. But they don't really fuck with you, and I had to realize that. And I say, damn, not patting myself on the back, but I'm one that says I'd rather be broke together than rich alone, backing them down, clapping them down. I quote that Jada line a lot because it's like, you a hairstylist. I know nothing about hair, but at the time, my money is up. They selling a salon downstairs in my building, or they buying them out. So I hit you on the bat line, like, yo, cuz, woo woo. And I'm just throwing this out there. Yo, they got the salon or whatever. The rent is $1,200 a month. Let's go in business together. But yet you give me your ass to kiss. But it's like, hold on. I try to be in business with you. I try to look out. I try to, you know what I mean? You sitting at Thanksgiving table like, yo, I figured out this idea. This is how we could do. You sharing your ideas with people because you want to help your family, your relatives, your friends, your associates, people that's not too far on the outer circle. That's how I've always been. If I come up, you good. If I got an idea, I got something, you down on your luck, I got it, I give freely. I see how that doesn't be reciprocated. Yet you want me to post this up for me, post my video. Like, bro, I'll post a video, but have you ever posted anything of mine without you being in it? Have you told any of your millions of followers, and I'm being funny, like, yo, my cousin from the West Coast, on the East Coast, and Popovich nigga, that nigga channel was lit because he tell it like it is. He called a spade, and it just is what it is. And I said all I had to say, I'm not going to take it to heart, but I am going to take it to memory. I am going to act upon, like, if I recognize it, cool. I ain't going to stop speaking. I ain't going to stop wishing you good. You know what I mean? I ain't going to stop fucking with you in the overall cordial sense, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to do what you do. So now when the olive rim, you say, yo, you ain't post me, or why you ain't do X, Y, Z, or woo, woo, woo. Like, you come out with an album, you know, what Wallow said, right? Maybe 5 niggas in the crew, or something similar to that. And it's like one person is close. The other people is furthest from winning. Like, you ain't going to win at all because you just don't got what it takes in this particular field. I'm not going to say you ain't worth shit because we all have value. You know what I mean? It's human life, right? Even though some people is pieces of shit. Let's keep it a buck. Those 4 people won't help you. They won't help the one person that's close get over the top. Maybe for fear that he won't help them get over the wall. Maybe they want to shine, but it's like, bro, you ain't cut out to doing what you're doing. You know that the person that's next to you is better than you. You know that. Why are you not helping and pushing them? He win, you win. And I say that to say, like, the local rappers, people I know and shit, I'm going to post you up, my niggas. Especially if I fuck with it. You ain't even going to have to ask me. You know what I mean? Even though some people do ask me, yo, can you post this for me? Can you like my comment? I do it. But where's the reciprocation at? And I'm saying moving forward for 2025, family, friend, relative, associate, I don't give a fuck who you is. If you ain't rocking with me, showing me that the same energy that I'm giving you, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not mad now. Speaking about what I'm saying is I'm going to recognize it and I'm going to fall back. When I see you, I see you. I'm going to wish you well. I'm going to still wish you get all your blessings and have prosperity and you have everything that your heart desires. But I'm going to recognize, like, yeah, you don't really fuck with me like that unless it's beneficial. So I have to keep it the same. That's all it's going to be moving forward. And I think that's fair and that's righteous. I think you should do the same too. For anybody that maybe feel like how I'm feeling, I think it's righteous for you to do the same. Let's get to this last shit. I think that's it. Let's get to the picks. We've been on here rocking and rolling a little bit. Sunday fun day, football season. Week 14. Let's get to it. But before we get to it, let's play the theme music.
Great fire. Rich famous.
When I win a chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing signals.
Winner, chicken dinner. Here we go. Let's get to the NFL. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games on the slate. 12 games on the slate with Monday Night Football. We had Green Bay yesterday with 3.5. We won, so we started off the week 1-0. Let's go 12-0. Let's get all the picks right this week. First game up, we got the New York Jets out at Miami. Miami giving 6. Jets is L. Trashington. They asking Aaron Rodgers, is you gonna be back? He like, I think the last 5 weeks, woo, and I want to play well. I want to come back if they'll have me back. When you start having your starting quarterback talk like that, it's over, folks. He's out of here. They're probably going to get a young quarterback, as they should. He's going to be 40 years old. It's a young man's game. You know, it's over for you, Aaron Rodgers. I like Miami to win. I like Miami to cover real quick because I'm doing this in real time. I didn't have time to study, guys. It looked like the public is on Miami, 68% with minus the 6 and 90% minus 270 money line. Next game, we got Atlanta out on the road at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings giving 6. Atlanta, they're not in the same division. They didn't play. Atlanta's been losing. Atlanta's on a, hold on, I'm looking at the Vikings. Atlanta is on a 1-2-3 game losing streak coming off the bye. They lost to the Chargers. I think the Vikings have just as good as defense as the Chargers, and I think they got a better offense than the Chargers. I like the Minnesota Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't cover. They are on a 1-2-3-4-5 game win streak. They are home. They just played the Cardinals. I think Atlanta is better than the Cardinals. Briefly, let me look at the standings. Let me see if they're better than them. Let me see first. Standings. Is the Cardinals better than Cardinals is 6-6, and Atlanta is 6-6. I like the Minnesota Vikings. Next game up, we got New Orleans at the New York Giants. New York Giants home dogs getting 5. Giants on a losing streak. I'm not going to be a homer. I think the Giants is trash. I think the Giants lose, but I think they keep it close. I think they cover the spread. Giants on a 6-7 game losing streak. I think they lose, but I think they cover the spread. So I like the New York Giants. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at Philly. Philly giving 13.5. Carolina been fake playing all right. Bryce Young in them, but you won 2 in a row. Then you have the bye. Then you come out the bye. You lose 2 in a row. You lose to the Chiefs by 3, close game. Then you lose to the Buccaneers by 3, close game. Although the Chiefs is just as good as Philly, I don't think the Chiefs' offense is as good as Philly. I see the Eagles covering the spread. I'm gonna take my chance with the Eagles. I really don't like the money line being 909. It really should be like minus 1,200, minus 1,100. That will let me know that they really gonna clean. But I'm still going to take the Eagles. I'm not gonna probably bet on that game. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers at home giving 7 to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland just beat Pittsburgh at Cleveland. What they beat them by? They just beat them 24-19 Thursday Night Football. Then they lost to the Broncos. Steelers playing good. Steelers playing good. They beat the Bengals after that loss to the Browns. Beat the Ravens by 2. Steelers got a brutal schedule coming up. Like, they got a brutal schedule. Even though they 9-3 and they winning the division right now, they got the Browns. They will beat the Browns this time. By that 7, I don't know. I don't know. But they will win. Then they play the Eagles, the Ravens again. Ravens going to get revenge. Play the Chiefs. That's going to be a hell of a game. Then they play the Bengals again. They got a tough last 5 games. I think they go 1, 2. I think they go 2-3. That's going to put them at 11-5. I don't know if that's enough to win the division. But I like the Browns with the 7.5. I know it's a revenge game for Pittsburgh, but I'm going with the Browns with that 7. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders getting 6.5 at Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay to win in the cover. Raiders ain't got nothing to play for. The season is over for them. Win the chicken dinner, you already know. Too bad the Portland Trailblazers ain't win tonight. I like Tampa Bay to win in the cover. I don't think the Raiders is going to be able to keep up with the scoring with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay got an elite offense with Mike Evans and the other guy. They wide receivers is probably top tier in the NFL. If I had to say like the best tandems, I'm gonna say they in the top 5 dead or alive, and that's just off 1 LP. I like Tampa Bay to win in the cover. Next game, Jacksonville Jaguars out on the road at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee giving 3.5. We know Trevor Lawrence is out. We know that what's his name, Amir or Ascard or whatever from Houston. He came out, put out the tweet and said, y'all want me to be the villain. I'm gonna embrace the role, and I'll see you soon. You know, with the hit on Trevor Lawrence, knocked him out the game. And do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video out of here, your Mercedes-Benz and your Range Rover, all that shit out of here, your days as an NFL quarterback out of here. That CTE shit is serious. Especially getting hit like that when you freeze up and your arms lock and you just frozen in time. You know, a bad hit, a dirty hit, and there's no way to look at it. As far as the game, though, I think these two teams played already. Let's take a look and see. Again, I'm looking at this in real time, folks. I didn't get a chance to study. Some of my picks may change tomorrow when I edit the video. They didn't play yet, so this is going to be the first time that they played. Tennessee really shouldn't be giving no points to nobody because they are fucking trash. But they are only 1 game better than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me see who was the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who will be the quarterback? Who's the backup for them? Let me see. Mac Jones, or CJ Berthriff. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That 3.5 is a lot. I think it should be a pick 'em or 1.5, 2, 3 the most. Shouldn't be no 3.5. That means you're going to win by 4, 5, 6, maybe even a touchdown. Negative. I like Jacksonville. Next game, Seahawks at Arizona. Arizona giving 2.5. Touchdown Seahawks. They in the same division. It's a close division. Seahawks right now, to my knowledge, are winning the division. Did they play yet? Did they play yet? They did. They just played. Seahawks won 16-6, and it really was not really a close game. Zip first quarter. Seahawks scored 7 in the second quarter, 3. Then they scored 6 and then 3. I like Arizona to get the revenge. They need to win. If they don't win, then they out of here. They're not going to have a chance to make the playoffs. Let me look at the standings again real quick to see what they are in their own division. In their own division, they 2-4. They lose, they're going to be 2-5. You're not going to have a chance to really win the division. You got to win. So I'm gonna go with Arizona. Next game, Buffalo Bills out on the road to the Los Angeles Rams. Rams getting 3.5. Bills been looking good. They on what, a 5, 6, 7, 8 game win streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-game win streak. They just had their bye. Then they beat the 49ers. It was a blowout game, 35-10. They making snow angels and shit. The Rams, on the other hand, the Rams is 6-6. They beat the Saints, lost to the Eagles, beat the Patriots, lost to the Dolphins. I like Buffalo. I mean, it's really no way to go. I mean, will I be surprised if the Rams lose, but not lose by 3.5, or even win money line? No, I won't be. But I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. They playing good, and this is also what I think is going to happen. Now that Detroit Lions won, they 11-2. 11-1. They won 11 straight games. After Bills win over the Rams, they're going to be 11-2. And then I think they're going to beat Detroit. Only because I think the NFL, I think sports is scripted and rigged anyway, if you watch my channel. But definitely football is scripted and rigged. If it stays like this, then it ain't nobody really can catch the Lions. Nobody. So the drama of the 1 seed is taken away for the last 4 or 5 games. It's like they got the number 1 seed. Minnesota don't got a chance. Green Bay don't got a chance no more. The Eagles don't got a chance because the Eagles is 10-2. But if Detroit loses and they got 2 losses, the Eagles got 2 losses, the Minnesota Vikings got 2 losses. Now it's some drama. Like, all right, well, we don't know who's going to win now because some of these teams going to have to keep playing all the way to the finish line. That's why I believe the Buffalo Bills win. Sets up next week, primetime matchup between Buffalo and Detroit, and what they're going to be saying. Oh, this is a preview of the Super Bowl, which it could be. It could be Detroit, and it could be Buffalo. Anyway, next game. San Francisco 49ers at home. They've been losing. No, what's the running back name? McCarthy. McCarthy, he's out. Hurt himself, put up a post like, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to come back stronger than ever. And we wish him well. We hope he do come back stronger than ever. 5-7 49ers, 4-8 the Chicago Bears. They both L Trashington. But I will still give the edge to the 49ers. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. A lot of people is on Chicago. I love to see that. 71% is on Chicago, plus the 3.5. 79% is on the 49ers money line. I like the 49ers. Sunday Night Football, this should be a good one. Kansas City Chiefs at home, -4 against the LA Chargers. Chargers been playing good. They on a 1-game win streak. They did lose to the Ravens. We had the Ravens that night. Beat Atlanta. Not really. Atlanta ain't been playing that good. Chiefs just keep winning. Even though they got that 1 loss, they just keep winning. Could they beat the Chargers? They played them already, right? They did. And they won by 7 at the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chargers with the 4. I think they get some revenge. I think the Chargers can win outright. I think the Chiefs get their 2nd loss of the season. Monday Night Football, and then we get to the locks. We got the Dallas Cowboys, the Lego game, or what is it? They doing like some Lego shit on Monday Night Football with the Cincinnati Bengals getting 5.5. Joe Burrow quiet as kept, even though they losing. He been playing out of this world. In fact, he's been like top 3, top 2, top 1 quarterback in the whole league, as far as touchdown passes, quarterback, what they call the QBR ratio and all that shit, all the analytics. The defense just keep letting them down, and they just keep losing. I think they beat the Dallas Cowboys. I think they outscore them. I think it'll be a high scoring game, but I think it's like 30-24, something like that. I think they beat them and they cover the spread. All right, with that being said, let's get to the locks. But first, let's get the theme music going. Money line. My nigga Great Fire, my nigga Rich Famous.
Great Fire. Rich Famous.
When I win a chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bad line in the air, throwing
signals. That album is out, by the way, on iTunes, on Spotify, on YouTube, and on Tidal. It's called Raise the Stakes. And the name of that song, which is our theme song, is called Moneyline. With that being said, let's get to the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner chicken dinners, like the song. We are going with Miami. We are going with Tampa Bay. We are going with the Buffalo Bills. We are going with Arizona. We are going with San Fran. And we are going with Miami Dolphins. That's a 6-pick. Miami, Arizona, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, San Fran. Or maybe that was 5. Miami, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Buffalo, San Fran. And we're going with the Cleveland Browns with that 7. I know they just beat Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I think Pittsburgh will get revenge, but I don't think they cover the 7 points. That's who I like. That's who I'm taking. $100 on that. 48-41. Let me know who you taking. Let me know your parlays. Let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. Just for the quick record, last week we went far as the locks. We did bad last week. We went 4-2. Hopefully we rectify that. Now our record is 42-37. So we only 5 games above 500, but we still above 500. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid.